us crossing. I want to give it a few more minutes, but for those of you who are watching later, as you can see at the bottom, oh, my phones are going to go off in tandem right now. Falynn Shaw, ladies and gentlemen, has joined us in the Candid Conversations corner, and we are discussing anything that comes up, really.
All the
But
things.
there's a lot. I mean, like backstage, we had quite a conversation. I want to take a minute to share the link to you so we can
Okay.
get more people from your side of the line watching. But why not tell the people about you?
I am a community advocate from Niagara Falls, Ontario, and I've just been doing my best to try and bring, more diversity and inclusion to the Niagara Falls and Niagara region area. It started off with just writing an article in a paper called The Sound, and it's blown up to a few different things. Got a lot going on right now. But I want to say thank you for having me on the show.
Oh,
I
no
really
problem.
appreciate you reaching out to me.
I am glad. I couldn't think. Well, I couldn't think of a better person to have on for the first Candid Conversations of International Women's Month. If I had it my way, my wife would be hosting right now. But you
Yeah,
know,
well, we talked about that earlier. My partner and your wife want to be in the background.
yes, yes, exactly. So I will respect her wishes. But
I'll
other
take
than
second.
yes, yes. No, I mean, like, she'd be talking to you, and I would just be in the background,
Oh,
kind
we would
of
have like an all women thing. You know
thing.
what? I
Yeah,
think though, from what I've seen in your social media and just some stuff you put out, you seem like you got a handle on like your femininity. You're in control of that. You can talk to the women. You don't seem like you're someone that wouldn't be good represented for that.
well, you know what? Given the fact that I have a mother, my aunts, my
Yeah,
sisters,
a daughter.
I have my nieces, my daughter, my wife, I appreciate that because like I said, I am in tune with that side.
Well,
Um,
yeah, I think we talked about that before. I
mhm.
haven't got to know you that well, but you seem like somebody that, you wouldn't be afraid to like make comments that most guys would maybe be too insecure to make.
I, it's almost like I want to challenge you to find another male of my stature that knits.
Okay, I'm done. I gotta go. If you had a microphone, you should have
oh,
dropped it on some yarn because that was so hot. You
oh
knit.
man,
Did your wife teach you, or one of the amazing women in your life?
Jay has a question.
I
Go
knit, I crochet, I sew, I cut hair.
ahead.
I just booked a haircut, or I would have honestly come to you.
When I went to
Okay.
high school, I did all the home ec stuff, everything.
Yep. Yep. I
Why
did that
not?
stuff
That's
too.
it
Cause
should still be there. It should be mandatory. Like, Jay, thank you so much for doing what you do and having four daughters while you're doing
yeah.
it.
Oh boy, that's a tall order, fam. Like
I got three sisters and two brothers.
I
So
got
that
one.
is a tall order.
I think I have it's like four sisters. Yeah, I know. I would be sure, but long
Well,
story
this is a
short.
good reason why you are good with women then. Like
Yeah,
you've been surrounded by women.
I often thank my niece for giving me practice with
Oh,
her because now I know how to handle my daughter better, even though there's still challenging times.
that
But
like
yeah,
just gave me goosebumps. I have a niece, she's my goddaughter. And one day I'm gonna have a child. I don't know if it'll be a boy or girl or whoever, but my niece was my practice and her and I have a close relationship. So like I just got feels from that.
that's awesome. That's awesome. So, oh my gosh, there's so much ground to cover.
Well, I
Um,
feel like we could do a small series if you want, maybe just 6 episodes.
hey, if you would like to be a recurring guest, I would love to hear about the advocacy in the region. Not, it's so
I
nice.
wouldn't mind jumping on and talking to you about what's going on every once in a while because there really is a lot. It's a lot to cover.
Yeah, I mean, I'm out in Welland right now. You're in the Falls, and
Yeah.
between here, there's Thorold and St. Catharines. Lord only knows what is actually brewing up. And and a lot of people forget Port Colborne.
I
Port
love
Colborne,
Port Corp. We've actually we've had to talk about moving and because of the housing issues there right now, we
yeah.
I might not be able to get to stay in Niagara Falls. That's just
Oh,
part of it. We're
okay,
trying, but I
yeah.
mean, you're getting more property, a better place. in places like Port Colborne or Welland. Welland's got some really nice places.
Yeah.
I would love to live in Port Colborne based on just it's a beautiful place and it's right near the water, but no one ever talks about it.
No, and I think they're I think it's a hidden gem that they're keeping to themselves
Right.
regionally because
It doesn't get ruined that way.
exactly, because I came. It's like I came out here and everybody was like, well, like I don't know if you've been to the east side of Toronto, but there's a city called Oshawa.
Yeah, I have an aunt that's from and cousin from there.
Okay, so I often liken Welland to the Oshawa of Niagara
There
region
you go.
because
People
there's a
have other names for it. I won't repeat the names, but
yeah they
I think
there's
a
a
lot of good comes out of Welland, honestly.
I've seen a lot of good out of here. Like they've been building up lately the community.
It's all about
Um,
community though. You're not going to have a lot of good things coming out of somewhere if it has a weak community, so it's
yeah,
important.
yeah, they're clicky though. They're a little clicky. Like you got to know somebody to to get
I
into
feel
certain
like that's just this
situations.
world is a little clicky, but yeah, that's a whole other episode.
Yeah, yeah. So we got 3 episodes and we barely 10 minutes into the first one.
Yeah. We'll sign them out. No, I've been doing a lot of things like once I was writing the articles, I'm not doing that anymore.
Okay.
But that opened up into a show called The Coming Out Stories, which is I host that. It's at
Yes.
the Niagara Falls History Museum, but we're online right now due to the current, just the
Yeah.
code. This is what we got to do now. Like it's online. So it's been doing really well, actually. It was a hidden blessing because it's blown up. I'm going to
Okay.
be interviewing Biff Naked. Actually, what ended up happening is we had to do a pre record, but it's going to be tomorrow live. Like we'll be running it live at
Okay.
7 o'clock. And that's going to be on Facebook. And it's also, I believe, going to be set up on Zoom. But you can hit up the City of Niagara Falls museums for any information.
All right. That's the city
Yeah,
of
it's
Niagara
the
Falls.
first of the season. We're in our third season.
All right. Wow. Okay. All right.
Yeah, it started from the bottom. Now we're here, and it's
Ah.
just getting bigger and it's getting better. And Sherry Darlene actually is doing stuff with the Niagara Falls History Museum as well. She's doing her book clubs. So there's a
Yes.
lot of like diversity and a lot of really cool things coming out of that specific place itself.
Okay.
The city is ready to make some changes. I wanted to
Yes.
let you all know too that I just got the confirmation yesterday that I'm going to be sitting on the first diversity and inclusion committee in Niagara Falls. First one we've ever had. I'm happy for the city.
So
There's 9 of us, and I believe that it's going to be really great. I'm looking forward to seeing what we can do in the city to make it more inclusive.
awesome. Awesome. And that's the thing. It's like one thing I welcome people to do whenever they embark on a new encounter, to be talking all big, is to find common ground.
Mhm.
Because once you can find common ground, I feel that it's easier to communicate, easier to understand, easier to, develop. But
It's
there's a
easier to
lot,
build a foundation that way.
yes, yes. And that, like, even like, man, there's so many different scenarios that I could think of, but I find whenever I can establish that common ground, things go a lot better. But when oh, I'm different than you, you're
Yeah.
different than me, and these are our differences, and there's no similarity. You know what I mean? That's when
And if you're
things,
focusing on the negative and the things that don't work,
yes,
yes.
yes, yes. It just
I'm
doesn't,
definitely working with more people like, that are coming into kind of the same awakening that I've been going through. And like people are opening up more since this whole pandemic. And it's we're starting to look at mental health differently. Thank you, finally.
yeah,
And we're
I know.
also starting to understand that mental health is just as important as your physical health.
If not more so.
And I've learned a lot of not just about that, but I mean we could go on and talk for days about the things that you've probably discovered throughout the pandemic and I've come across, but it's really like given me some growth and I'm really ready to like do some real systemic change.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I think it's going to be
Awesome.
really good.
So, what do you think? Okay, what do you think society needs to do as a whole right now to
That's a big
make the
question.
yeah, it's a big question. I like they say um small minds talk about people, moderate minds talk about things, great minds talk about the whole scenario. So
Yes.
I'm trying
Well,
to,
I
trying
think
to,
as an entire society, we just need to recognize more about mental health and
yes.
the stigmas that are around it. Because I think it's the root problem for many different things: gambling addiction, drug addiction. The reason some people are violent. Like there's so many different things.
Mhm.
So I would say if we could make mental health just as important as our heart health and our sight and all of that stuff, that the world itself would just have to change. It wouldn't be able to stay the
Now,
same.
now I've said this a few times, and since you are an advocate, maybe you could let me know, advocate to advocate, where this might need a bit of a push. But I believe that we need to focus more on the arts, and we also need to take Marshall into consideration, not because of anything but the foundation of most principles. The foundation is inner tranquility
Oh
before
yeah.
outer activity.
Some people just use it wrong. That's just what
Yes,
happens. I
yes,
believe so what you're saying is kind of what I'm saying. I just believe that if we could figure out the mental health situations with everybody, then this person that is doing something they're not supposed to be doing would learn, and then maybe they would be able to be an artist, and maybe they would be able to engage in different things if we could figure out why so many people are struggling. Like because I have to deal with some certain things, I'm learning the kind of artist that I am because of the mental health work, because
okay,
I'm able to like use that and get it out and help other people. So I think it goes full circle. But if I was just speaking society as a whole, like
yeah,
we just need that to be more important. But I do believe the arts, I mean, from my perspective as an artist, I believe that the arts are getting more of a spotlight due to all of this because people have needed things to watch and engage with. So I
yes,
do believe that music and visual arts, any type of art that's you can do at home. People have had a lot of time to do stuff,
mhm,
and their mental health has been struggling. So it's the best thing to do. That doesn't cause side effects is art.
yes, yes.
The
That
two
is
the
so.
two tie in together. So I guess what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I mean, like, even going into it a little bit further in the mental health aspect, I know when I'm having a stressful day, there's a couple things that I like to do in and that involve art
Yeah.
to actually relieve that stress. It's either I'll listen to music. I haven't been coloring as much lately, but I find and it's because when I start coloring, I can lose 2, 3 hours just coloring something because I color those
Yeah.
mandolin, those like those intricate pictures in.
It takes some focus, and that kind of focus can go on for hours, and you just think that it took away all that negativity that you might have been feeling, and it just came out in the crayons or whatever you choose to color with.
Yeah, yeah, definitely,
Yeah,
definitely.
I like to draw, I like to write, I like to sing. I Anything that's a way to release and get what's in here out. I basically like to do it. I love digital art is what I'm focusing on a lot lately,
Okay,
but
so is that
because
like
I'm just on the phone all the time.
Okay, like, how are you like Photoshop friendly in the sense of digital?
No, I've kind of been more into like there's so many different apps. Like you could record an album, with the different apps, or you could,
Okay,
create your book or do anything. So I try to use some of the different apps and then my own creativity added into there, and I've come up with some pretty cool stuff. Photoshop I've used in the past, that's like
okay,
way back, but because I don't use the Photoshop so much or Adobe or any of that stuff on my phone, because they have these killer apps that you can do this stuff in half the time. So I'm able to get stuff out that would normally take me a lot longer in like half the time.
okay. Because DJ Mike Vibe agrees. It's the same for digital art. Time flies when you're in it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I agree. I'm not gonna lie. There's times where I'm just like, I'll take a picture. It's like, okay,
Time flies when you're in it.
I'm just gonna upload it, and then I'll end up spending like 20 minutes doing something and making a new
Yeah.
composition out of it. So
That's what I love about it though. And I don't have to go, oh, I ran out of supplies, or oh, I ran out of paintbrushes. Don't get me wrong. I had an art night, a date night with my girlfriend last night, and we just grabbed some canvas and some paint and we just did some stuff. And it was great. And I think her and I both felt better waking up today after doing something like that. Um, we kind of were like kicking ourselves, like, why haven't we done this sooner? And I just think art is a great way to express how you're feeling, or to just get it out so it's not locked in here.
Yes, yes.
So
So
important.
what when did you say to yourself, this is what I'm going to do? Like, when did you decide to take charge and lead such?
When I finally realized how much the city and the community needed it. Like, I knew there was other organizations doing stuff, and I'm not putting anybody down. Everybody's doing their thing, but there was a disconnect of getting them all together. It was kind of
Okay.
just, there was a disconnect, and I saw that, and I really like, what I noticed the most was the disconnect for the transgender community. And there, that was just something that I wasn't willing to allow to go on anymore. And I'm not transgender myself, but I'm an ally, and I've had allies help me that weren't gay or queer. And I felt like I would stand up and start planning some events for them and getting them together, which brought together a ton of other people, and it created a nice little community in the falls.
Mm, okay. I'm just
Yeah,
taking.
that's, but what happened was, there's a gentleman named Clark, and he is a really important person in the arts and culture in Niagara Falls.
Okay.
And he read my article while he was out at a pub, and he read it and he goes, we have to get these people in here. And that's when the show started, the coming out stories. And everything just kind of went from there. I think when I was doing the stories, I went on my own. I had a partner at one point, and then I just went on my own because he got into comedy more. And I don't know, that's pretty much when I knew, like, when I started doing the show on my own, I was like, I'm in this for the long haul. And that's when all the ideas started just pouring out, and they're still pouring out.
Okay. And what was the name of the magazine you used to write for?
It was The Sound. It was called The Sound, and it was a paper that was put out all over the region, like
Yeah.
4,500 in circulation. So,
Yeah.
and it was a paper that was like local music and arts, and it didn't have anything about that. And when we got it in there, I did it for a full, I did 14 articles, and they were really amazing. I mean, for me, like, they were
Okay.
amazing. They were great experiences.
Okay. All right. Awesome.
Yeah, and
Whew.
it was cool to kind of pick something up with my writing on it. Getting published was a big deal for me because I hadn't been really doing anything. And then it just, I really thank the Niagara Falls History Museum, because without them and without their vision to, shine some light on the gay community, and also bring people together, educate people that may not understand things. Not everybody wants to be a hater, they just don't understand.
Yes. That's and that's why that's part of the reason why I have these candid conversations. And I think I was playing it safe for too long.
Yeah, that's
I was
kind of how
doing
I feel. Like,
yeah, I
if
was
I look
doing
at
what
it,
people expected me to do. So yeah.
but
And
no real changes happen when you play it safe,
exactly, exactly. So
and
I
you only
think like
reach a few.
exactly. If you and I felt I was limiting myself. It was just like, no, there's got to be something more to it. And that's why
It's true.
with the magazine this month and with these conversations that I plan on having, I have Jill Lunn scheduled for next
Oh,
week.
Jill Lun's awesome.
Yes, she
She
is.
is
Yes,
awesome. What a good choice.
yeah. Thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
A pinnacle, a pillar of the community, definitely. I got who else? There's two other people that I have as well. I just when you guys were backstage, I was speaking
Confirming some
to
details.
yes, I was
Good.
speaking to a woman by the name of Robin. She's a singer artist out here as well. So I think she's out in Toronto actually, if I'm not
Okay.
mistaken. So yeah, I was just kind of confirming those details. And I have one open spot that is tentative. because
And
there's
that's the one that I was gonna do if I couldn't do today, right?
yes, yes,
Nice.
yes. So maybe we can start the month and close the month off, or there's one artist that I'm talking to that's doing a tour in the States. So depending on whether or not one of the tour dates fall on the day of the podcast, I'm gonna see if we can converse. Either way, shout out to Kel's Miners doing their thing
Nice.
out in Houston.
Jay would know, like working with artists, and it's hard because sometimes they have conflicting schedules.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
with Biff Naked, like we had a bit of a conflict, but it worked out so good, and she's an awesome person, and the interview
Yeah,
is going to be great tomorrow.
I can't wait to see it. Where
I'm
can
actually
people?
thinking about going out into the community and a place called Camp Cataract. It's on Queen Street. It's opening up again tomorrow.
What?
And
Oh, that place
I,
is
I don't
awesome.
know how many people are allowed to go to these things, but I was like, maybe I could go with my girlfriend and we could watch it on a computer because normally I'm on the show. I don't get to watch it. But if we
Okay.
do that, I'll let you guys know.
All
Yeah,
right.
Biff is an amazing person. I met her about 20 years ago in Toronto
Oh, she's so cool and she's
because
so good.
I was born and raised in Toronto, and all that whole scene in the late 80s and 90s I was all a part of. So I met a lot of cool musicians that, you know, that are making their rounds again.
Well, I
She was
love
one
that
of them.
she's not just doing music too, right? So she's got a CBD company that's Mona Lisa Healing. She's
Okay.
got her Royal Majesty's record company. She's got
She
a
does
new album coming out soon.
independent acting.
Independent acting. Like this woman is an advocate for everything that she can be as well.
Okay.
It's just it was for me. It was like meeting like my iconic person because
Uh,
I do music as well. It's not my forefront, but I do love to do the like community work and to be able to use my platform. So I really respected her and connected with her on that level.
awesome.
And she's very genuine too.
Yeah, and she didn't say things, nothing that she said seemed practiced. It just all seemed really genuine. And I really
Okay.
enjoyed that.
Good. Good. It's nice to hear that because I find there's a presentation or an expectation of artists to be like cut off from the rest of the world kind of thing. Like
Yeah.
they're not everyday humans too. I've
Yeah.
come across
X-Men.
like yeah, I played basketball with Jamie Foxx. Never thought he'd even look in my direction. You know what I mean? So it's like it's awesome to know that
They're
these
just
kind of
people too. Yeah.
yes, these people exist. Like yeah, no. So Biff Naked, the interviews tomorrow. What is do I have your Instagram there?
Yeah,
Oh,
all of the information is going to be on my Instagram. That'll keep you updated on all the things that I'm doing. But yeah, I'm really excited. I just reached out to her. Like I did an interview with a band and I just loved it. And I thought, who else do I love that does music? And Biff Naked put up a thing. It was like Namaste, and she was telling everybody to have a good day. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to message her. I don't know her, but I'm going to message her and see if she wants to do the interview. And she did. And it just worked out really good.
oh
For
man.
free, too. Like she didn't want any money.
Oh wow.
I want to say that because to me, I thought that was really cool that she just does community things and she
Yeah,
incorporates that into her busy life.
yeah, that's awesome because there's people who don't do that stuff, and you
There's a
think
lot of
they
people that
should.
don't. So I think
Yeah,
when you have a platform like that and you do something for someone like me, like she doesn't know what that did for me or what it's going to do for me, um, like just experience wise.
yeah,
And all she had to do was say she's doing this for free, and I was blown away. I'll be honest.
yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, like, yeah, because I mean, the caliber, the schedule, all of
Yeah.
that kind of stuff, and it's like even with Sherry when I went to interview her, I was like, okay, you probably got a busy ass schedule, but I'm gonna see if you can fit a Wednesday in, and it was quite an interesting conversation, as it usually is. So, so
I've
I
known
mean,
Sherry for years. I actually
That
was able to work with her, like help, just being kind of like someone there for her when she was planning the Justice for Black Lives demonstration. We were on the
yes.
phone every morning, and I just wanted to give her ideas. I helped with finding the media so we can get the word out, so we get a lot of people there, and she really did do a great job.
Yeah, yeah. She's actually in February's Culture Shock magazine. She
Yes,
is
I
the
saw that.
she's on the cover um
Yes.
this month. So yeah, definitely. And you might be wondering why I'm promoting February and March. Listen, I wait till the month is over, then I talk about it.
Well, I don't think there's anything wrong with that because now we get to talk about it. February was the
Exactly.
month.
Exactly, exactly. So, it's just I don't know. It's just one of those things. I'm trying to figure out what more there is. Hold on, give me a second. I'm stumbling over some stuff here.
No worries. Can I ask
All
you a
right.
couple questions?
Oh my gosh, I would be glad if you did.
This is what I do too. So,
All right.
tell me a little bit about you. So you born and raised in Welland?
I was born in St. Catharines,
Born in St.
raised
Catharines.
in Toronto for about
That's right.
20 plus years, and then came back out here to raise my daughter.
And was that something that you'd always planned to like leave Toronto to like raise a family?
Um, I hadn't I tried to see if I could make it work out there, but then the cost of living,
Oh my
the
gosh.
complicate like there was just I mean, I'm saving about $200 on all of my monthly expenses compared to what I was paying for just my apartment.
Oh yeah.
So like that was one of the things. Um, there was just too much happening and it wasn't good at the time. So I just said, you know what, I wrote a 20-year plan and one of those things was living on an island. I thought it
Yes.
was going to be a tropical island. Apparently, it ended up being Merritt Island. so,
Did you go to
so
the Speedway after?
I've gone there. Yes, it was fun. It was fun. I should have gone back, but this time we are going to there's a local basketball team down here, the Niagara River Lions.
Yes, River Lions.
Yes, so we actually have seasons tickets for
That's
that. So
awesome.
yeah, so it's gonna be a hoot nanny.
One of the
Yep.
kids I used to babysit, he was on the team.
Oh,
I'm trying to remember which one. I think it was Connor Wood.
okay.
He was a tall kid, and I don't know if it was Connor or Mitchell. It was might have been Mitchell Wood, but one of the kids were on the team, and I just thought that was great, and I thought it was great that we have like something that's pseudo NBA action going on.
Yeah, yeah.
It's so fun.
I was I'm telling you, like I've sat in so many different positions. Like I've sat in the upper bowl, I've sat in the business boxes, I've sat like behind the backboards, I've sat courtside kind of
What's the
thing.
best angle?
The best angle, honestly,
Court?
is the corner bowl.
Yeah,
The corner
because you can
like
see
that,
it all.
like where it bends. Like if you're anywhere in that side, you get to see like the corners are probably like the best for the whole overall vantage point. But for like obviously courtside is like the closest, but like from the from the view, I found the corner bowl to be the best because you could see the whole
Well,
thing and
that's
not
good
have
to
to
know
like
for any River Lion fans when they get back out there.
yeah, and they're good prices too. I think it's like 20 to 35 bucks
That's
for a
what I
ticket.
heard. It's like the same
Yeah,
price as the ice dogs.
yeah, yeah. Ice dogs. Oh, I do that every time I see their logo.
They're not
Eventually, I'll
bad
see an
though,
ice
right?
dog.
Prices.
No,
They're pretty good
no,
prices.
no. Their prices are good. Like I wanted to get the seasons pass for the ice dogs, but I was just like I just had more fun at the River Lions games.
Yeah, but you can break it up and go to one. That way, you don't have to be trying to find people to get the tickets so they don't go to waste every week.
And like I can like the way our tickets are is I can downgrade the seat to
Yes.
increase the amount of people I can bring.
Oh,
And
like
then
that is so cool.
yeah, like we're literally this year we're
I'm going
courtside.
to a game with you then. I'm holding you to this. When we're
Okay.
allowed to be out in the open and the world opens again, I want to sit in the corner bowl.
Okay. All right. All right. Sounds good. Sounds good. We'll
My
get
wife, your wife, and my partner will make them come to that though, because
we'll get
somebody's
a
got to drive.
We'll take the whole row up or something. Just bring a whole. We'll find 2 more people and just take up the whole
Yes,
row.
we could do it. We could do it. We could do a show
Yeah.
live from there too.
Oh wait. Oh Jay, we found 2 more people. I see Jay in the background.
I was wondering, is this going to be running after? Will I be able to share this on all the sites?
Yes, as soon
Cool.
as it is done, it will go on to 17 different channels, I believe it
Okay,
is.
that's
And
awesome.
then you can share it from no, not from Instagram. Instagram has yet to catch up with the restream vibe. But you can share it on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter,
All the
Facebook.
things.
Yeah, Facebook, LinkedIn, I believe as well. But LinkedIn it goes up afterwards.
Okay.
So yeah, so
I just
Facebook.
I have a few messages coming in, people asking me if I'm going to share it after, because I
uh,
didn't. I'm not a very savvy tech person, so I didn't actually get to share it because I was scared
Okay,
if I pressed a button that I would lose you again.
so let me do this then. I
Okay.
will hold on. Just give me a second. Let me see what
But
I
if
have.
I share it after, it'll be just as good. Like people will, I'll make sure it gets out.
Yeah, okay, awesome. I gotta find the link.
We have to show Jay's stunning work because like I'm impressed.
Jay is doing some awesome work behind the scenes right now. I mean, like, I I can't stress enough how much easier he's made this for me. It's like
That's
I'm
at least
actually,
you admit that you got help and somebody's like, I love when people give the love to everybody else too.
of course, like it's not just me here, you know what I mean? I like even my like last year we got nominated for a Niagara Music Award and
I saw something like that.
everybody expected me to take all the credit for it. No, 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 no. I give my wife so much credit for it because she does a lot of the online correspondence
Yeah.
and like as much as I give her the content to produce or to promote, if she doesn't promote it, then it doesn't really go as far. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So it's
She's
like
the glue.
she's a glue, definitely. I'm
That's
going
good.
to. You can tell your friends. I'm going to post it on your page.
Yes, post it on my page.
There you go. It's posted on your page, so they can catch the last half of it.
Awesome. There it is.
There you go. Bam. All right. Cool. I should have thought about that earlier. Thank you. I'm going to start doing that now. Whenever I have a guest on my Facebook, I'm just going to post it to their page because
Yeah.
Restream.io, as much as they have sponsored us for the last 2 months, need to give us an advanced link. We need an advanced link. Once I go into the room, I need to get a link that I can send to people to
Well,
watch,
like Zoom does.
like
And
Zoom
then
does.
people can just wait in the room. And then when you pop in, you've already got 10 or 15 people.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Take that down. Write that down. I want to see that happen. You guys have made the sliders happen. You've made you've made so much happen in the last 2 months that
We
we've seen and
believe in you,
appreciate. We believe in
Restream.
you, Restream.io. You know what I mean? I've told so many people about this. When you start, when I don't know like where you're going with your lives or the direction you're going, but if you start doing live podcasts like this, yes, you can join Restream with a discount on us. Copy down this link right here, restream.io/join/ZM1R2, and you will get a discount for signing up for Restream.
That's
That's
pretty
a,
good.
it helps me too, but it helps you as well. So,
Yeah. No, I
that's what
love
it
the
is.
format.
Yeah, yeah. I love how you just pass those up on cue. It's so awesome.
And I'm kind of like, wow, this is pretty good. I need to get a J.
Like you'd have seen me just trying to struggle right here. I'd have been like this
Like,
and stuff.
oh,
Like, oh, what is
yes.
your favorite app for photo editing? Let me pop this up here because DJ Mike Vibe, who does some awesome things right here. Sorry, bro. There you go. Bam. We got a question from DJ Mike Vibe again.
My favorite app for editing is the one that I started with, which was PixArt. And that was a couple of years ago. So I have the paid version. So it's a
Okay.
lot better. But that was the one I started with. And there's one called Carva, if I'm saying it right. That one I really enjoy. Some of them are really great, but there's certain things that you just want to do on a computer. So I will use more things like Photoshop.
Okay. Um,
Can I
I
ask this guest what their favorite app is? Because maybe I can try it out.
okay. Let's see if he let me reply to that and see. What he says. What?
Tell me what you use.
I think I use Pixamotion
Oh,
um
okay.
on my phone. That actually allows me to add motion to the picture. So I could select a bunch of different, I could select an area and then select a direction and then put that area in motion in that direction.
Oh, that
Another
sounds
thing,
good.
I'm telling like the 7 people that are listening and you and Jay. One thing I would say to get if you're into the pictures, he said he has a dozen, is the QR code generator.
Okay.
Um,
Yes.
I paid like $11. Well, it was like $13 after conversion,
A
and
month?
no, one time. And this
I have to
one
check
lets
this out.
me, yeah, this one lets me do all kinds of crazy stuff with it, like change the color, put text, and
Okay. I'll
it's
check that
easy for
out.
promo too.
This person uses DJ Mike Vibe, 20 different apps to prep. Yeah. A friend of mine said that he does some shows and he's got like 15 or 20 different, and he's just like here, there, and everywhere when he's doing it.
Yeah,
There is so many things out there. I try to stick with what works and what I know best, kind of like grocery stores. Like I
yeah,
don't go to the different grocery store.
hmm,
I try to use the same apps, but they've been updating and they've been getting better.
yep, yep, yep. Okay, so what is it that shapes you in the sense of what is the, I guess, the focus you have that gives you direction?
Uh, I really just try. There's a lot of negative things that go on in life, and like I suffer from mental health and some physical health issues. So I just try not to get caught up in being overwhelmed with negativity, and I just try to be as positive as I can, which isn't always easy, but I try to stay grounded and mindful about what I'm doing, and it just kind of keeps me centered, I guess. And it makes me very readily available to like do something like this. Like when you asked me the other day,
Mhm.
before I wouldn't have been able to do that because I would have just got so overwhelmed and thought I can't do this. It's in 2 days. And but
Okay,
now I'm just a little more grounded. So I was like, yeah, I can do that, even though I had a full plate today. So I do
okay,
believe that trying to stay grounded and trying to be mindful of just who you are as a person, and be aware of yourself and the people you're around. I mean,
yeah,
that was a big thing. Chopping
yeah,
off some of the branches to this tree I have going. Some friends, I really learned a lot about them throughout this. And so I think it's really important to keep your circle all about you winning. If your circle
okay.
doesn't want you to win, you got the wrong circle. So
I say it again for the people at home.
if your circle doesn't want you to win, you got the wrong circle, because
Thank you
those
very
are the
much.
people that should be encouraging you, and those are the people that should be telling you what you're doing is going to, just that encouragement means so much. I get it from some good friends,
Mhm.
and without it, it would make things harder.
Definitely. Like life's hard enough.
Mhm.
Don't be a don't you don't gotta be a jerk about it. You know what I mean? Like
No, and
we
it's
all
only going to
go.
make your life worse if you're a negative person.
I said my morning meditation, and then my cousin put up a post that said basically you're gonna get what you give out of life. You're gonna get out of life what you put into life. And I'm just
Yeah.
like, I had to message her. I'm like, yo, this is exactly what I'm talking about right here. And I haven't talked to her in years. Like, well, I'll like her posts and stuff like that,
It's
but
just in tune.
yeah, so I was just like, all right, cool, cool. Like, and I know I can't wait till the next family barbecue, but that's a whole different ball game. So I guess what do you miss most about this whole like this new life that we
What
have
do I
here,
miss about the old world?
the old world?
Uh,
Yes.
I would say just some of the things I miss is I'm kind of an impulsive person. I
Okay.
sometimes when I make plans, just because of mental health, I'll get overwhelmed and stuff, and I'm like, okay, I got to do this at this time, and if I don't have a lot of stuff to do before that, if there's
Mm,
a big lull, So
Oh.
yeah, I like to make sure I'm planned for things, like things are really planned. But what was the question again? The
I was
beginning of
saying,
it?
like, what do you miss most about the old world?
I just miss being able to be impulsive and go out and do stuff. I don't like how everything, I know how why it's this way, but I used to be like, let's just go do a photo shoot, and call up 10 of my friends and go do a photo shoot. But
Yeah,
that's not something we can do right now.
no, it's so
Uh,
hard.
let's go to a protest. Like just the types of things that the things that I was interested in were definitely more of a higher purpose. And I miss being able to do that.
Pull that back a second. Do you go to protests for fun?
No, I go to protests for change. I definitely like,
Oh,
I go to
nice.
protests like, if I find out that there's a protest in Toronto and it's for the basic income, yeah, I'm
Okay.
gonna go to that. I'm gonna go to that protest because that's what this country needs, so that everybody can get an actual equal start and
Yeah.
people can start living their lives. No, I haven't been to a protest now in at least a year, and I miss them. I The energy that you get at those, you don't get anywhere else.
No.
Maybe a concert would be like that
Yes.
kind of energy where everyone's just so happy to be where they are.
Believe it or not, the occasional church.
Yes, I grew up in church, and I know that the energy there is can be very similar.
I've been one of those out at the club on Saturday, at the church on Sunday, and there's a lot of times where I have more fun at the church on Sunday than I thought I had at the club on Saturday. So don't
Yeah,
get me
it
wrong,
depends on what your definition of fun is and where you're at in that point. But yes,
less
I grew up
weighing
in
on my
church.
yes, less weighing on my conscience, I think.
Yeah, I was the kind of person though because I was in church a lot as a kid. It was a little bit different. Like it wasn't really what I chose for my life. It was something that was chose for me. But
Okay.
I honestly, I liked the congregating. I like that being able to have that fellowship with people. And but I found a way to bring that into my life without church. So, it is important to fellowship with the people you're working with in your circle and your crew and see how everybody's doing.
I might sound like a heathen. I haven't been to church in years. But
Yeah, I haven't been to church in years either. I'd say that I'm still quite spiritual, but just not religious.
very spirit, because like I believe in the existence of a higher power, because Lord knows that if I was the highest power, that would be a problem for a lot of people. So I just I just I got to give it to
Same
somebody
here.
else, even if I put it on my dad or something. Like he was
Yeah,
here before me, his power preordained, pre-exists mine. So no, but like where it comes to just yeah, the spirituality, like I believe that we all have a connection. There's something within everybody that is meant for anybody. You know what I
I
mean? In the
believe
sense
you.
of
I
like,
agree with you on that.
yeah, so like then that's why, I take the time to have these conversations or do these podcasts because there's so much to life that we won't know unless we explore that which is before us. It's like a
Having
lot
these kinds of conversations, it's just like you learn some things, I learned some things, people watching are learning stuff. It's a win-win situation.
of exactly. And there's only more that can happen when these kinds of conversations continue. It's like it's almost like man, there's just so much to it that so few see because they're not willing to look. I saw this quote today, and I gotta shout out Jay again. Um, if you don't like me and you still watching what I'm doing, bitch, you're a fan.
Ooh, ooh, I like that.
So
I like
I just
that.
have to say hi to all my fans out there. You know what I mean?
Here's
And
a
my
big
neighbors.
hello. Hello. The
Hello.
fans.
They call me the block, so I call my fans the neighbors, the
Yes, they call you
handfuls.
the block. You know what they used to
Yes.
call me? And I
What?
don't even know, this is probably not that kosher now, but they used to call me the vanilla thriller.
Vanilla
Um,
Thriller.
because
Okay.
I could rap and I was, in Toronto and I was rapping with boys and just sitting there with my hat down. And
Hold on
I
a
was a bit
second.
of a different person back.
You're acting way too humble right now to have been named the Vanilla Thriller. Now I gotta hear, like, do you remember anything from those days at all? Like a bar, a line, or something that you had? Like,
Oh, okay. I like it hot, like what you got. It's amazing how you hit the spot. Didn't take too long to heat up the song. A lot of time to write that rhyme. Cantel made it right, like a blind man need a sight. This shit make you feel alright. People talk about how well I spit it. Never done anything. I regret it. I feel how I look, which is hot. Remember that and don't forget it.
Okay.
I can't believe that's so old.
She
So
dropped
old.
some bars, ladies and gentlemen. Hold up. Let's give her a
Oh
round of
gosh.
applause. Let's give her some because I've talked to artists all over the place and I've given them the same question. Let me hear something that you got. They're like, oh no, I can't do it. I'm sorry.
The shyness is gone. The shyness is gone.
Awesome. Awesome. Oh man.
Let's see if I can turn you up. Are you
Let's hear a rhyme. They heard it. Watch it. Hold on. There we go. Boom.
boom?
And
I
then
actually have written some raps for other people, for just different companies and stuff, jingles and things.
okay, okay. So which is the most memorable that you've done? Like obviously that was obviously up there, but like which one
I
is
can't
like
hear you.
oh, which company did you write a jingle for that you can talk about?
I still can't hear you. I don't know.
Hello?
Yes, I
No?
can hear you now.
Okay, there we go.
Okay.
Sorry,
What
try
did you
not to
say?
yell. Okay, so I was saying which like you said you wrote jingles, like do you remember
Yeah,
any of them?
I can't really say who I wrote them for because
Okay.
at the time it was just a different world. But
Okay, okay.
I've worked with different companies and stuff, and I've done some vegan wraps and different things like that. I'll have to
Vegan,
share some of those with you on the low
please
sometime.
do. Please do. Because you're culture shocking me right now. I'm like, okay, she's an artist, she's an advocate, she's a speaker, but like I thought like maybe more along the lines of adult contemporary, classical,
No,
bluesish kind of
all of
singing.
it, all of it.
Really? Okay. And
I
then you
love it
just hit me.
all.
You just hit me with those bars. I'm just like, okay, I see the thrill in the vanilla.
I'm really into I was gonna be doing before the world shut down. I was gonna be doing an Amy Winehouse cover band called Winehouse, and we were
Oh,
gonna play at the distilleries and the wineries, obviously.
oh my
And
goodness.
that the blues was mostly like R&B, and blues were mostly what I wanted to sing.
Okay, okay. I gotta hear that. I gotta hear that because I gotta hear that one time. Let me.
Yes.
Did my mic get turned down?
I'll send you some stuff. I've got some stuff saved in
No?
the
Okay.
it could just be me, but
N-
okay, I can hear you.
Okay. Hold on. I got a message. Okay. Okay. Jason's gonna turn me up, my dude. Oh man. Okay. All right. So yes. I was out earlier today, and I got to see myself in puppet form. It was surreal. So
Oh,
yeah, it was surreal. I don't know. I can't thank the woman enough for making it. Like it's just the head of the puppet now, but like everything else is gonna fall into place as
that's
soon.
so cool.
But it's just like all these years watching the Muppets and stuff like that, I never thought I would actually
I
find.
want to be a Muppet. That
Okay.
is like something that's might actually be on my bucket list. I have to find it.
I think honestly, like in my unwritten list, that was one of them. That was one of them.
Is this
Definitely.
gonna be like the marionette?
No, it's gonna be like a hand. Like this is the head.
There you are. I can hear you better.
There we go. This is the head. And then it's gonna have a
That
body.
is so funny.
It's going to be the size of a toddler, she says.
Is it gonna be for?
Basically.
Are you gonna do a child show? Are you gonna be like the next Fred Penner?
You
Because
know what?
there's a space for you.
I have an idea called culture shock, and what I wanna do is show people how to embrace different cultures based on the stereotypes without like making them. There you go. Oh, to the left.
Oh,
There
I
you go.
love that.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that is so cool.
Yeah, so like basically working with the stereotypes to
Yeah,
explain
take the
them.
stigmas and squash them right in front of people.
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
exactly. So um
Trust me,
I
I've been
think that
doing
that's
it
a
okay,
great idea.
I've been doing it to David daily.
yeah, I'm getting used to it.
You two seem like you work well together.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks. We kind of just met. Actually,
Hey,
no.
you don't have to know each
Yeah,
other forever to connect to click. It's great.
yeah, we met at a barbecue. No, we met before. Did we meet before the barbecue, or was it at the barbecue?
At the barbecue. You played with my old band after I left.
Yes.
Oh, that's a cool connection though on how you
Yeah.
met.
But
Yeah.
we met at a show at the Upper Space. We're
Yep.
slightly
Oh, shout out to
intoxicated,
Christy
and
Hales. It's her
Yep.
birthday today.
that
Happy
was
birthday.
for it was for slightly intoxicated. I can't remember
And
who else
well and
by name.
wasted. Well and wasted.
Well and Wasted was there, and there was something else that went on too, but I can't remember offhand. And you and LG were doing some jerk chicken.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Yes.
And all I heard
LG
about for
mom,
like
I love her. She's
oh
awesome.
man. LG,
I know
yeah.
her for years.
LG Lonsley.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
I
He's
go way back with him as well.
okay. Yeah, man. He's chill. Oh man, he's coming over this week. We're making poutine for the Savage Circle this weekend. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be
That
interesting.
Savage Circle is fun. I try to catch it when I see it on.
We're evolving it a bit. It's gonna change a bit, but it's getting there.
That's how you do it though. Like you try it and see what works.
Like that's where my buddy from Mumbai is gonna be on. It's gonna be at like 11:30 on a Saturday morning type show.
Yep.
So we're trying to get
I
as
think
many as we can and diverse musicians that we can.
I think that's important to especially like that's one of my favorite words, diverse. If you're showing everybody what they're already seeing, they're not interested. Like you got to show some stuff that is different and
Yeah.
brings light to different communities.
Well, the funny thing is, the guy we're having on, he's extremely humble, and he downplays what he is in the metal community, and it's just kind of it's
I
weird,
think
but
that's
it's
how you stay grounded because you have
Yes.
to be that way.
like the guy's won a golden god award, which is a pretty big thing in the metal music as it is, and
Yeah.
he's been doing it for 20 plus years.
I think
Just
that's
doing
amazing.
death
I can't
metal.
wait to watch. When's that on?
Well,
Let's plug
that-
that.
Well, actually, we have
There's a commercial. Hold on.
All
Watch your
right.
ears.
Watch your ears.
A word from our sponsors.
You got it, or should I get it? I think he got it. I got it.
I
No?
need a commercial.
We can work that out.
All right.
Yeah, we get real intense on the Savage Circle.
The man has
That was
well over 20
so
albums to
dope.
his credit.
That's who I
Yeah.
thought it was. I was gonna say the guy with the really, really long hair. Oh, that's awesome.
He's a very humble guy. I've had the occasion to talk to him a few times, and I'm just humbled that he said yes to come onto the show.
Yeah.
Whoa, do we have any sound going? Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, we have sound. All right. Do we got
I don't know
me?
if it's just me, guys, but I can't hear either of you.
Really?
Oh.
How about now? Check, check.
You may need to restart.
I
the
heard a
browser.
spike. I'm gonna reload the browser.
People in the chat, can you hear them? Or is it just me?
1 second. Let us fix it up. We'll fix it up in just a sec.
All right. So,
Do.
yeah. We good? Check, check. Hello. Can't hear me. Well, you guys are doing great up until now, Restream. I don't know
A
what's going
time
on.
like this, I wish I knew sign language.
There we go. How about now? Check, check. Hello.
She may have
Jay,
to
can you hear
restart
me?
her browser. Yeah, I can hear you. She may have to restart her browser.
Okay. Hold on. I'll message her.
This would be a good time for me to sing, maybe.
Because I can hear her,
Yeah.
but she can't hear us, and I don't know why.
I don't know. I just told her.
All right. Well, then I may never see you again. We'll try this.
Well, hold on.
Nope, she's gone.
Okay. Oh, damn.
Let's try it. If she comes back, she comes back. If not, then we can end it on that.
Yeah.
We're at our hour point.
Yeah. We can just talk about how she was actually an interesting conversation. How she brought her sense of humor out. I like when people do that. So much easier. Ah, she's back. Look at that.
Got it.
Bam,
There we go.
back.
Can you hear us?
Can you hear us?
Can you hear us?
She can hear us, but she can't hear her. Okay.
Hey, give me a second. Let me restart.
Okay. You might have to go to the bottom of your screen and then click the gear. There's a gear under the window. And then when you go to the gear,
Did that work?
go to the audio input and check what it says.
Video?
Or no. Actually, no, the microphone. Click the microphone. No, the microphone's unmuted.
Her mic's unmuted. I don't know. Could be her output, maybe?
No. She froze.
I don't know.
She froze. Huh. Well, it is what it is now.
Yeah, we'll have to call it a day. And then she said she'll be back again. Another show for sure.
Yeah, we'll invite her out to the Savage Circle. Yeah. Oh, well, there she goes. Oh, she's back. Can't hear you. So mic acts. What happens when I do that? Yeah. No, the mic's working.
The mic's everything's working, but I don't know. I don't know. My mic's too loud, so I gotta turn it down.
Yep. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we had the pleasure of speaking with Falynn Shaw, an artist, advocate, and speaker in the Niagara region. If you'd like to follow her at Fally Saves the World, that's FALYSAVESTHEWORLD, Fally Saves the World. She can also be found at Vegan Options Trio on Instagram. That's Vegan Options Trio on Instagram. I think I can hear you. But
Hi.
I can hear her.
I can't see you.
I can hear and see.
I think you got to turn your camera on.
My camera's on.
Her camera's on. If you restart your browser, you'll see her again.
Me? If I restart it? Okay. Boom.
So, what's your next thing you're going to go on to?
Okay.
Or want to?
What would I like to do next? I'd like to have a festival called the Rainbow Festival and have it be one of the biggest festivals that's full of inclusivity and diversity. And that's my big goal, is to have a big, huge party at the brink of the falls like they do on New Year's. And it doesn't necessarily have to be Pride Festival. It could even be in a different month. But I want to have a huge festival that's just about inclusivity and diversity for everyone from any oppressed, marginalized community.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Corporate society is going to hate it.
Yeah. That's But that's why I'm working on my relationships with people, and being able to talk to some people that are up there that might want to make something like this happen.
Hey, the sheep outnumber the wolves. Let's just herd them up.
Yes. Yes.
Just herd
There
them
are
up.
many of us.
Yeah.
And some of us are rainbow sheep.
Hey, some of us have extra fluff.
Yes. I just saw on the internet they just found a sheep that hadn't been like defluffed for like years, and this guy needed some haircut.
He was the naughtiest dread of the naughty dreads. But you know what's really messed up though? It must have been Bunny Wailer's spirit animal, because as soon as they found him, shortly after, Bunny died.
It's been awesome being on the show. I hope that maybe in the future I can come back on and
anytime
chat again.
If not this one, the Savage Circle, or if you want to bring some of your musical acts out, we can do the Terrell Effect. But one or the other, we definitely have to have you out again.
We'll figure it out.
Anytime.
It's been a pleasure.
Sounds good. All right. Take care, ladies and gentlemen. That was Falynn Shaw, artist, advocate, speaker, and apparently MC. So, oh man, we will talk again. I will give you a shout within the week to touch base about the rest of the interview. I straight off script. I was just talking to you.
I thought it was great.
Yes,
we'll have her back again.
Okay.
Yes,
take care.
Good.
Peace.
You too. All the best. All right. So, yeah, that was Falynn Shaw, ladies and gentlemen. Add her up on Facebook. Fally Saves the World. FALLYSAVESTHEWORLD. I had to do that properly this time. So, yeah.
Don't forget Instagram.
Don't forget our Instagram. That's Vegan Options Trio. VEGANOPTIONSTRIO. We also have her Instagram, Fally Saves the World, FALLYSAVESTHEWORLD. Add her up, show her some love, support her cause, do what you can to help improve what's going on. And before we go, I guess we might as well drop a couple of my tags here. The Expose the North website can be found at sharetheshock.ca. That's where Expose the North provides you some culture shock. We got issue 6, the Culture Shock magazine. Issue 6 is available online at sharetheshock.ca/issue 6. Donations are welcome, as we are doing this on our own with the sponsorship of a handful of people like Top Flow Mafia and Restream.io for this month. ShareTheShock@gmail.com. You can join Restream with a discount on us. Restream.io/join/ZM1R2. Woo. What else we got here? Oh man. Exhibit 1 Productions on Facebook. XHIBIT 1 PROD on Facebook. Add them for stellar graphics and artistic designs.
Our buddies here that we didn't get too much time to actually chat with later on Saturday there because they had to go, but
yeah, slightly
intoxicated.
And
then another band we're gonna have out soon. Again, always have fun with these guys. Effects may vary.
Yeah, definitely a band to look out for. I'm really feeling their tunes, man.
This is the same with this man here, all the way from Cleveland.
Oh yes, the Spell Music.
These are some of our closest that we like right now. And then, of course, there's, Johnny Armani, which is not up here.
Yeah, no, Johnny Armani Worldwide. Look him up on
Choom Gang.
Instagram. He is the real Johnny Armani. Look up the Choom Room on YouTube and Choom Gang Home on all other platforms. There's too many people. Like, you know what? If you go to sharetheshock.ca and click on affiliates, you'll see all of them individuals and more, like Big Joe, Johnny Armani, SBE, Zach Burry. I don't know why DUI is not on there, but it's a work in progress. We always upgrade it. We always develop it. If you find a link that's broken, let me know. I will fix it. But as it goes, we got a lot happening. So on to the next show, which is the Terrell Effect. That happens this Saturday at 12 p.m., which is followed by Cooking with LG, or LG's Cooking, which is followed by the Savage Circle, which might be at a new time. You'll have to tune in to figure out what it is.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah. As
So
we're
just
always growing, evolving, and changing. Oh,
yeah,
and hopefully we're waiting for a couple of message backs, but we should have some new guests lined up soon from around the
right.
world, not just local.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
Some
All
are
right.
trending, some are big, some are, small, some are, everywhere. A little bit for everybody.
They vary, but they definitely have impact in their own ways. So that being said, for DUI, this is the block, and for Falynn Shaw and DUI, sorry, this is the block saying, be good to your neighbors because they are my fans.